Hello and welcome, my beauties. It's Peggy Stassinos, and today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about contouring and highlighting. This is a really big topic, and I'm not intending to cover absolutely everything that it contains, but just to give you enough tips and tricks on how to contour and highlight and some of my favorite products. Now, most of you will have seen on your Instagram and internet travels a lot of information on contouring and highlight, and some of these images that you can see now are typical ones of how women contour and highlight. So the streaks underneath the cheeks, and they contour their foreheads and chins and noses and everything else in between. And then they put lots of highlighter and make lots of intricate patterns and then blend it all out, and voila, it looks great. I'm here to tell you that yes, that is certainly one way to contour and highlight, but I think the golden rule of any contouring and highlighting is this, and that is, if somebody says to you, oh my God, your contouring and highlight looks wonderful today, then you've done it all wrong. The golden thing about contouring is subtle. It is supposed to be very, very subtle. So all those stripes and things and patterns is fine. It will result in a cakier and much, much more heavier look. And often that can be aging and drag your face down, and it's not what we want. So I think the take home is less is more. Really, you've got to do it really, really subtly. And where do you contour and highlight? So the most popular place, and the place that I'll be focusing on as part of this, is underneath the cheek. Why do we do it? Well, the reason we contour and highlight is to give the illusion of better face structure. So a more defined cheek, a smaller forehead, a more defined nose, things like that. So you want to give the illusion that your face structure is different. And contouring adds a shadow. It kind of pushes you in, whereas highlighting creates a pop. It pushes you out. So things that will be highlighted will be defined. That's why, a lot of girls highlight underneath their brown bones, because it looks nice, as makes that area pop. Also a little bit on the nose. In terms of contouring though, you want to add a shadow underneath areas to give the illusion of better bone structure. So that's the 25 words or fewer version of it. There's lots and lots of different places we can contour, and yes, we can do jaws and foreheads and noses and so forth. But today I'm going to be focusing on the most common, which is a more defined cheek, to give you the illusion of higher cheekbones, which is a really, really beautiful look. So what are my favorite products? Well, the one that I use the most, and I don't use this, I use this in my kit, is the Senna Face Sculpting palette, number 1. This is for light to medium, more Caucasian girls, and that's what it looks like inside. You can see I've used quite a bit of it. This is my go-to. I absolutely love it. I will be buying more of this as soon as I can get my hands on it from the US, because this is where I've got this one. Why do I love it? It's the color of the contour, and I'm going to talk about that just very briefly, and I'm going to put a little bit on my hand. That's the color there. When you're looking at contour, you're looking at shadows. Go outside in the sun and have a look at the color of your shadow. It's not bronze, it's not orange, it's a dark sort of gray, cool color. And for most light to medium skin tones, we'll leave the dark girls aside for the moment, that's the sort of color you want to create in the contour. So you don't want anything too warm, too bronzy, too orangey. They don't work as well. So you're looking at a cool color. The reason I like this is because that is almost the best color I've come across. It's really, really good, and it blends beautifully. So that's that one. The other one that I'm currently using, and this is just in my bathroom, is the Barry M contour and highlighting. This is the highlighting stick. It doesn't have any illuminator in it, so you can use that under your eyes, across your cheekbones and so forth. And the contour is this color. It's okay. It's not as good as the Senna, and I'll show you why. You can see that that's a lot more warmer in its color. It's much more bronzier, but you know what? You can get away with it. And given how much I use and how little I do, that's probably enough. So there too. And the other one I've got is a powder one. And this was the very first contour kit I bought. And I bought a lot. Oh yes, over the years I've bought a lot. I've experimented a lot. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, one of the originals. Thank God for Marketplace, because then I've got rid of a lot of contour kits too. This is the powder kit, and that's what it looks like. I don't use this as much anymore, but I still do very much love it because the contour shade is a really, really good, cool greyish colour. And I'll just sort of put that on my skin too, next to the Senna. You probably can't see it as much. But yeah, that's a really, really good colour too. Sort of, you can sort of see it there, a little bit there. It's very, very subtle. So they're three. I probably won't use this as much anymore, but given that it's sort of one of the first ones I've bought, I've kept this one, but I do use it less. I much prefer contouring with cream products because I can blend them easier and it doesn't make it look as cakey and dry, which some products can. So how do you contour? Okay, I'm only going to focus on cheeks. Don't worry about noses and things like that. I think at the moment, I think the most common one I get is, oh, you know, how do I get a better cheekbone? Well, and I'm going to use my Barry M. Basically, you are looking for where your bone ends and your cheek skin starts. So you want just under there. So that's kind of where you're looking to contour. And all I do, and I'm kind of wearing blush at the moment, so you'll just have to kind of improvise, is just do a little line there. That's it. No more than that. That's more than enough. So I haven't gone and, you know, all the different patterns that you saw before. And then you can absolutely blend it out with your finger. And I might do that on some models on set, but otherwise I would use a brush. And what brushes do I use? Well, I've got this Tarte contouring brush. It's okay. It's a little bit big. In my contouring craze, I also bought lots of brushes, and this was one of them that I've kept. It's got a small side for noses. Look, it is okay. It's not absolutely my favorite, but it does the job. I like it because it's got, it's sort of flat this way, and I like the shape of that. Or the other one, and this is the Face Sculpting brush from Mecca. Beautiful. You can absolutely blend out like that. That's a good one too, and it's quite an inexpensive one. And how do I contour? Well, all I do is just brush it in the one direction. That's it. Until I get it all blended out. And all I'm just trying to do is create an illusion of a bone structure under there. Now, you absolutely can highlight here if you want to kind of blend out. I'm just using my hands at the moment just to, you know, make the cheek pop a little bit more, but, you know, that might not be as necessary. The other places where you would use highlight is, again, on the brow, up on top of the brow bone. And also the way I like it is just where the light catches the top of your cheekbone. That makes it look, it's very common here. Just there. This is probably not good for that as much because it doesn't have an illuminator in it, but you know, there's plenty of other products. Here's another one. What I use on clients is these drops, the Iconic Illuminated. This is a beautiful, beautiful product, but it's very shiny, so a little goes a long way. I could use one drop literally just on my cheek there, and that would do a beautiful, beautiful job. The other one is, and there's lots of powder ones, so the Anastasia, going back to that, that's the shade there. That's got a lot of illuminator, and it looks really, really nice on brow bones and just on top of the cheek. So I don't highlight all of that. Yes, you can highlight your nose, absolutely, but then you just, all you're doing with highlighting is drawing attention to that area. So use it sparingly and make sure you actually want to highlight I don't want to highlight my nose because my nose is already biggish as it is, and I don't want to make it look bigger. But yeah, they're the key tricks. So the take-home message is less is more. Less is a lot more. All you want to do is create a very gentle definition of your face using contouring. I've shown you how I do it on my cheek. You could absolutely do it across your forehead. I've got a fairly big forehead, but the girls that don't have big foreheads, you might not want that. Chin areas, yes, it makes kind of pushes your chin in a little bit, but they're the most common ones. Please don't be fooled that you have to use a ton of product to get the result. A ton of product will just age you. It looks cakey, and it's not something any professional makeup artist would do. All you want is subtlety in the way your face structure looks. So there you have it. My one-on-one 10 minutes of contouring and highlighting. Drop me a line in the comments, anything you want to talk about. I'll also drop in some of my favorite products that I've used today, and anything else you want me to discuss in these future videos. Until then, bye-bye, my beauties. All the best. Cheers.